Folks, welcome back into Thriving with the TSP, otherwise known as the Thrift Savings Plan. Marty, this is the last segment, but this is, I think, the most important one. So you've worked all your life, you've saved in the TSP, you've saved other places maybe, and now it's time to retire, or you're thinking about retirement, or your spouse is saying, when are you going to retire? We want to start doing some stuff. When you leave your job, you should take your money with you, true or false?
Absolutely, you take that money with you. And we referred it to in our earlier segment as you have so few options that are available in the TSP. Now, when you leave as a federal employee, one of the options that they will provide for you is an annuity option.
Yep.
Now, a lot of folks say, well, gosh, that's a nice way. That money's going to be guaranteed. They'll give you one figure, and they'll say, that is an amount of money that is guaranteed for as long as you live. Well, if I'm the employee, I'm going to raise my hand and say, what happens if I only live 6 months? Well, okay, we can give you a smaller amount of money, but that's guaranteed for your life and the life of a spouse. Well, what happens if my spouse and I are killed in a car accident in 6 months? Then what happens? So you keep going on down the line where at some point it begins to not make any sense at all. And at Capital Financial, the legacy portion of any retirement plan is very, very important to us. At Capital Financial, we want you guys, your spouse, your family protected, but we want your children and grandchildren protected as well when it comes to that death benefit, Coach.
You know, we like our clients to maintain control of their money all the way through their lives. And if you take the annuity option through the TSP, you lose control completely because now you've done what we call annuicide, and you don't want to do annuicide. Now, annuities are good, and there's some special annuities that do not require you to annuitize, but they're not with the federal government. We have some options where you can roll your money tax-free into your own super IRA, I call it, and that's tax-free. You roll over, and now you got your money over there. And now we put in there the growth protection income type plan situation there. Now you have, with certainty, you know what your income's going to be without having to annuitize. How important is that?
That's absolutely, and you hit a point on a few minutes ago when someone says, well, yeah, they hear the word annuity, and in a lot of cases, folks think that that's a negative word, and there's so many negative connotations attached to it. And 15, 20 years ago, most of those may or may not be true. But in today's time, you have to be very, very careful. Some annuities absolutely are a fantastic investment for some of your retirement dollars, and we call it here at Capital Financial our core and explore. We have some money that needs to be in a place that is 100% protected, and that gives us the ability to have another piece of the money where we can explore some gains like in a common stock funds and things like that. And so to have a plan that's individualized for your situation and your family, that's absolutely just, I can't put into words how critical that is.
You talk about when you're in control, when you know you're in control and you understand what's going on in your financial world, and you know that income's always going to be there, you're never going to have any problems. I call it the financial fill-up. Every single year, there's going to be a new check arriving in your account. And it's going to be a check that'll not only pay your bills, but enable you to do things you want to do. That gives you that peace of mind, and that takes the worry out of living in retirement. So, folks, if you're curious at all about all the different options that are available out there, if you've saved money already in the TSP, you've done the hard and heavy lifting. The easy part now, in my opinion, is making sure that that money's put in the right place for you and your family based on what you want to have happen all the way through the rest of your life. And we can help you with that as fiduciaries and retirement. I'm a retirement income certified professional, RICP. We are trained and required by law on the fiduciary side to do what's right for you at all times. Very good.
As a true fiduciary, we have to put, under all circumstances, we have to put the client's goals and objectives before our own. And that's absolutely, it's the definition of a fiduciary, and that is something a rule that we hold ourselves to every single day that we're here.
We've always done that. I know the government's pushing that standard now, but we've always put our clients first. That's why we have no complaints in almost 30 years. Yeah, I'm proud of that.
If you do things the right way, you say you're going to do things. When you say you're going to do them, and you do them the right way, it's amazing how things work out nicely.
Yeah. So if you want your own review right now, I mean, we'll roll our sleeves up, and we'll scoot away. We'll get rid of all the fees that we're talking about. We're not going to charge you a fee for this. We're going to waive our fee to put together for you your own total retirement plan, which has 22 steps behind the scenes, folks. This will give you total peace of mind as you approach retirement. You can do this as soon as in your 40s. We start meeting with people on that. But if you're in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, it's imperative you get this done as soon as possible. Call the number you see on the screen. Mention you watch this video series. We'll waive the fee to do this for you. Marty, any other final topics or comments here on this segment?
I tell you what, fantastic show today. I mean, the TSP, it can be fairly simplified. It can be very, very complicated. We would suggest reaching out to us here at Capital Financial. Say, call that number. let us explain what options are available to you in the most clearly understandable way that we can put it out there for you.
Yeah, so start your TSP as soon as possible. Take advantage of that match. And then as we get a little older, make sure we're understanding the options correctly, where we have our money. But then when we get toward that financial red zone, we need to make sure we have that lifetime income plan that does not require annuitization. And that's what all the ones in the TSP do. So there are better options out there, but the most important option is you putting money away now so you'll have money to be able to worry about in the future, right? So we look forward to meeting with you and your family in the future. It's Coach Pete, Marty Hensley. We'll see you on the next series.